going through marital hot takes. No, we're going to be giving our marital hot takes. But first, we're going to go on YouTube. And we're going to find...
No, yeah. So like...
What do we find?
What is marriage?
What is marriage?
How do you spell marriage? It's like this.
Yeah.
History of marriage. I knew we'd find... Alright, 4-minute video. History of marriage. Here we go.
There's nothing like a good talk, except the...
Sorry, Chavo.
Okay, so we have ads.
What? We're supposed to have YouTube Premium? YouTube...
Is there YouTube Premium?
Yeah, it's
okay,
like
so
YouTube, like...
we are newly married. We're coming up on our 1-year marriage anniversary. So we're gonna watch. We're really gonna deep dive into marriage, what it means to be married, and we're gonna learn marriage. Marriage. No, no representation. No interracial couple. Okay.
Give them a name. Who's this?
Adam and
Adam and Eve. Brad.
And what did she give?
Bethany.
Beth.
Brad and Beth. Alright, so Brad and Beth, they've been married. Let's see what this guy has to say.
Both B names? Okay, whatever.
Different things written and said about marriage, from the sweetly inspirational to the hilariously cynical. But what...
It's kind of loud. Okay.
Alright, here we go.
Chat, feel free to...
many of them have in common is that they sound like they express a universal and timeless truth, when in fact, nearly everything about marriage, from its main purpose to the kinds of relationships it covers to the rights and responsibilities involved, has varied greatly between different eras, cultures, and social classes. So let's take a quick look at the evolution of marriage. Pair bonding and raising children is as old as humanity
This is
itself.
like really the evolution. Like we're starting at the very beginning.
Pair bonding and raising children.
Okay, so wait, we're learning. Like obviously, instinct is to like find a mate, like
to
find
pair bond.
Yeah, to pair bond. And so we're talking about like how it went from that to like saying your vows, like
and then divorce, and then
I bet divorce didn't even exist.
Yeah, you probably just killed your wife.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to be with her
Probably
anymore.
did actually. That's
I'm
probably.
for Loco. That couldn't miss my favorite streamers. Yes.
Yes.
Cheers. Here we go. History of marriage.
With the rise of sedentary agricultural society...
Why is agriculture a part of everything? What does our marriage have to do with the fact that we can sow a seed?
About 10,000 years ago, marriage was also a way of securing rights to land and property by designating children born under certain circumstances as rightful heirs.
Oh,
As
okay,
these
we knew that.
societies became larger and more complex,
Pyramids.
marriage became not just a matter between individuals and families, but also an official institution governed by religious and civil authorities. And it was already well established by 2100 BC, when
That's a long time ago. The earliest surviving written laws have marriage.
the earliest surviving written laws in the Mesopotamian Code of Ur-Nammu
Oh, so that's
provided
probably
many
before.
specific...
If a man
Mesopotamian.
commits a kidnapping, he is to be imprisoned and pay 15 shekels of silver.
Does it say that?
Kidnapping?
Oh, if a man commits a robbery, he will be killed? We need to go back to these laws. If
Wait,
a
what?
slave marries a slave,
and this-
that slave is set free. He does not leave the household.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Slaves
I
just
don't know
marry
what that means.
slaves?
Why is this under like the law of marriage though? I don't get it.
I don't know.
specifics governing marriage, from punishments for adultery to the legal status of...
Slave marries a free person. He or she hands the firstborn son over to his owner. Damn.
Wait, if a man
If a man violates the right of another and defiles a virgin wife,
if they get with a man's wife.
I love how it's worded. They shall kill that man. If a man violates the right of another and defiles the virgin wife of a young man, they shall kill that man.
They shall
Kill him.
That's valid. Actually.
Yes, if you have sex with my virgin wife,
you shall die.
I'm gonna kill you. Valid.
Children born
It's
to
not even.
slaves.
It's not even ridiculous to say that.
You shall.
Many ancient civilizations allowed some form of multiple simultaneous marriage, and even...
What happened to that? Why is it just the Mormons that...
Wait, what? The Mormons don't do that?
Yeah, they multiple wives, right, Sean? They multiple wives. They multiply wives.
No, I think it's like the opposite.
Sister wives. What are they saying?
No, they're saying simultaneous... Wait, go back. They're just saying that you have like an open marriage.
Yes.
But not
allowed some form of multiple simultaneous marriage.
The man has a bunch of wives. That's all it means.
Mormons.
Do they do that? They used to do that?
Yes, they still do that.
Okay, sorry. Didn't realize I was in history class.
I thought you watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
That's so different. That's
even
swinging,
today,
okay?
less
That's
than
classy,
a quarter of the world's hundreds
and
of different cultures prohibit it. But just because something was allowed doesn't mean it was always possible. Demographic realities, as well as the link between marriage and wealth, meant that even though rulers and elites in ancient Mesopotamia, Egypt, and Israel had multiple concubines or wives, most commoners could only afford one or two, tending towards
you pay for that.
No, but you have to like feed them, and then like feed the children. So like you couldn't.
You have to provide fully for them.
Fully, so you literally could not afford
multiple wives.
Yeah. Like if you're poor.
Okay, got it. This is a rich man thing.
Yeah.
In other places, the tables were...
Do you think there's like a main wife?
Yes, there's always
like
a main
the side
wife.
bitches, the main... Okay.
There's always a main wife. There's always a number one. There's always a day one.
Turned, and a woman could have multiple husbands, as in the Himalayan mountains,
what?
where all brothers in a family marrying the same woman kept the small amount of fertile land from being constantly divided into new households. Marriages could vary not only in the number of people they involved, but the types of people as well. Although the names and laws for such arrangements...
Domestic partner.
They had same sex?
I guess so. Brother making? The fuck is brother making?
Incest. Wait, they specify that all of these types of things... I'm so lost. This is just about marriage. So, like, there was different...
Types of marriage. In the Himalayas, the girls would marry every brother in the family.
What's in the middle? Embrotherment?
Embrotherment.
Which one's incest? One of those are incest.
What is embrotherment mean?
Oh, wait. Oh, it's gay. It's man on man.
Oh, embrotherment. I'm gonna start calling all my friends an embrotherment.
No.
Embrotherment. Embrotherment.
No, the brothers are not together.
Embrotherment.
The brothers are not together. It's just man on man marriage.
Embrotherment.
That's it. And then I don't. What's brother making?
Oh.
Wait, I didn't know that this was like.
What's a same-sex union? Oh,
I don't know. All of.
Maybe she's gonna explain it.
Okay. Yeah.
May have differed. Publicly recognized same-sex unions have popped up in various civilizations throughout history. Mesopotamian prayers included blessings for such couples, while Native American two-spirit individuals had relationships with both sexes. The first instances of such arrangements actually being called marriage come from Rome, where the emperors Nero and Elagabalus both married men in public ceremonies, with the practice being explicitly banned in 342 AD.
Damn!
Okay.
Stop the bros from getting together.
We were good. We had it all figured out, and then we stopped it.
In 323 AD, they were like, no more.
That's fucked up.
The bros got together. It doesn't make any sense.
But similar traditions survived well into the Christian era, such as adelphopoesis, or brother-making in Orthodox churches, and even an actual marriage between two men recorded in 1061 at a small chapel in Spain. Nor was marriage even necessarily between two living people. Ghost marriages, where either the bride or groom were deceased, were conducted in China to continue family living.
Why did we stop doing that?
That's crazy. So if your daughter died, but she needed to marry in
for land or for whatever. Yeah.
That's insane. You just have to marry her name.
Marry her ghost.
That's actually insane.
That's crazy.
I never knew that existed.
To continue family lineage.
That's great. So that she can now they're in the family. Now
it could work for a son too. Like if your last born son who holds last name dies, you could marry him to a girl while he's dead, and then your last name will continue.
That's insane. What is that?
Someone's fucking calling me on Discord. It's Joe. Joseph, go somewhere.
Is he on here?
He's like, bro, let me get in. He's like, no, let me talk to chat.
Spirits. And some tribes in Sudan maintain similar practices. Despite all these differences, a
That's
lot of
actually
marriages throughout history did have one thing in common. With crucial matters like property and reproduction at stake, they were way too important to depend on young love. Especially among the upper classes, matches were often made by families or rulers. But even for commoners who had some degree of choice, the main concern was practicality. The modern idea of marriage as being mainly about love and companionship only emerged in the last couple of centuries. With industrialization, urbanization, and the growth of the middle class, more people became independent from large extended families and were able to support a new household on their own. Encouraged by new ideas from the Enlightenment, people began to focus on individual happiness and pursuits rather than familial duty or wealth and status, at least some of the time.
Okay, Betty.
And this focus on individual happiness soon led to other
Why don't we dress like that
transformations,
anymore?
such as
Like
easing
what?
restrictions
Like
on divorce and
Yeah,
more
like
people marrying
gowns. Like,
at
I
a
would
later
love
age.
Dude.
if it was
So as
normal
we
for all
continue
of us
to
to wear
debate the
gowns.
role and
Global
definition of
warming.
marriage in the modern world, it might help to keep in mind that marriage has always been shaped by society, and as a society's structure, values, and goals change over time, its ideas of marriage will continue to change along with them.
Interesting.
What did we learn?
I learned that open marriage, same-sex marriage, all of that was normal to begin with. I don't know why I thought it would have been like, we started at like, no, that's not allowed, and then progressively like tried to fight against it. But we started right, and then some asshole came in and was like, no, and then we're just trying to get back to normal, to how it started.
Everybody can get married to anybody. Bring back ghost marriages.
And ghost marriage is insane.
Has
I feel
anyone
like that
ever
should be
married
talked about more.
themselves? Great question.
Oh wait, yeah, what the heck?
What would be the benefits of
Wait.
marrying yourself?
You could marry yourself. That'd be so cool. Power move.
Power move.
If I went to like marry myself.
Oh my god. Imagine flexing the fact that you got married to an actual ghost. Alright, here we go.